we're back. Take 3, Mount Moon Fest, the last interview of the day. Our equipment is really, it's at its limits.
It's at its limits today. It is.
We pushed it really hard today. We did a lot of interviews, so we're really glad to be wrapping up today with Juli Sherry from Pretzle Records. I'm Twitt from Clubhouse Chronicles, sitting here with Ethan G.
Yes, sir.
He's the one responsible for all these great camera angles and these microphones, so shout out to him. Check out his live interviews as well. But Juli, what's going on?
A lot of things.
She's selling records out here. She's selling Liz Allen's unreleased album. If you got a copy, you're in luck. I'm excited to listen to my copy tomorrow. But Juli, how's the festival been for you? You've been here 2 days.
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's my third or fourth time in Peoria. First time as Pretzle Records and at a music festival. So everyone's been super, super nice, super supportive. We've sold a bunch of stuff, especially this Liz Allen record, which technically doesn't come out till tomorrow. But I asked Liz if I could bring it, and she said yes. So some lucky people got a free copy of it before it's officially out tomorrow. On Sunday, we're doing a release in a record store, so we'll have a bunch there, and then it's out, and then we ship them, and then you got to be lucky to get one of the 100 we pressed. So, yeah, but overall, Fest has been amazing. I'm tired, been here a long time, but it was totally worth it.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm glad I'm one of the 100. I was really curious. I was like, oh, I better just better buy this ahead of time, just so that I don't run the risk of missing it. Especially after interviewing Liz and hearing how excited she is about the project. So I'm looking forward to giving it a listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of Liz Allen, the album Boyish, I know it comes out tomorrow. I've been seeing the social media presence for that has been very heavy, which is a good sign of your workings, I'd say. What's been kind of the process? Is this one of the biggest releases that you've done so far on the record? Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely our biggest project of the year, which was our first year, by the way. We're still kind of just starting out, but Liz has been awesome to work with. We did 2 single releases. One of the singles came with T-shirts, and then the big release is this one with the vinyl and tote bags. And it's been quite a process. It's been super fun to work with. We kind of had a full team on this one.
Yeah.
The label really pushed kind of all of the marketing and the social posts, and obviously collaborated with Liz on that. And then we did all the merch production, the vinyl production, we did all the digital distribution, and then, Liz and the team did all the rest. So it was really a big effort, and shout out to everyone who helped us, because it wasn't just us.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I really like seeing, because I've been following you on Instagram for a minute now, and I've really been enjoying seeing how much you care about actually preserving physical media, and you've been pushing the cassettes, CDs, and stuff, and not even just that kind of stuff, but the clothing too. I've been seeing. I know I just saw Jug sweatpants recently posted. So, kind of what are some of the challenges of getting into that kind of stuff?
Well, I'm really lucky. My business partner, Doug, used to work as a screen printer. So he is kind of in charge of that part of Pretzle Records. I don't do a ton. I try and help out where I can, but all the apparel and other soft goods, I guess you can call them, he's in charge of. So we have a little kind of DIY screen printing setup that lives in my basement. And he comes over and just we screen everything ourselves, and it's really all done in-house. But he's awesome at it. The stuff he can print, he'll get really frustrated with some artwork that's really detailed or something, but he totally pulls it off and it looks amazing. The Jug sweatpants, the artwork had some real fine details, and he's I don't know if I can do it. And then he's in my basement for 2 hours, and I come down and I look at it, and I'm like, oh my God, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So it's really fun.
That's sweet. Yeah.
So we're in the first year of Pretzle Records, and me and you talk a lot, Juli, about just the inner workings of labels and how we manage that, and all that good stuff. You've had some new additions lately with Jug. I know you have some new projects coming out later this year. Are you already scheduled into 2026 with some projects?
Oh, great question. No, but the plan is we went really hard this first year. Like, we did a lot, and it was totally worth it. We learned a ton. We're very tired. We still love it, so we're going to continue to do it. Don't worry.
Sweet.
But we have, I think, 2 more releases coming before the end of this year, and the last one will happen in October. And then we're basically taking November and December as a break time. We're not going to be doing any new releases. Also, it's around the holidays, so it's kind of hard to just coordinate stuff with people because everyone's busy with holiday stuff. So that'll be our like rest time for the year. But also during that time, we're planning for 2026. We have some prospective people we're going to work with, but we're still kind of like figuring it out, and we have no details on like what that's going to look like. But during November and December, we're really going to nail down and like figure out planning and maybe not do as much next year so we're not so busy, but we'll see. We just get so excited about stuff, it's hard to say no, but we're going to try and set some boundaries maybe.
Guess we'll see. It's hard to set boundaries when you just want to put out cool music all the time.
For sure.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm sure you have the same problems.
Oh yeah, I'm already planned into 2026, so
Okay.
that's my issue.
Oh, I'm impressed.
No, one thing. So I know we talked a little bit earlier about kind of how I first started talking to Tyler. It was the episode you guys did on Clubhouse Chronicles, where you guys kind of talked about being label owners and like the kind of the ins and outs of that. And I know you touched on it a little bit in that interview, but what's kind of the thing that drove you to want to get into getting into the record label business and doing this?
Yeah, I wish I had like a really fun story for this, but it's really not that exciting. So I've been in bands since I was 16. That was a long time ago. I've just like acquired all of these skills to like do like the things you need to do behind the scenes when you're in a band. So I just kind of knew how to do all of that. Doug as well. Like Doug has also experienced tour managing like professionally. He has booked many shows. He's currently booking shows at his restaurant, The Space in Champaign. So the two of us were also in a band together. That's how we met. And we were trying to start up a new music project, and Doug just kind of off the cuff mentioned when we were hanging out with a person we were going to play music with, he's like, oh, it'd be cool if we did like a label. And I was like, oh yeah, that would be really cool. Like, I bet we could do that. And then we just like met again 2 weeks later to like talk about it. And then we just like kept doing that. And then we had a label. And it turns out like we both kind of just had the skill set to like support other bands in doing all this stuff that we've been doing forever. So that's kind of the very boring story of how Pretzle Records
that's
was
cool though.
started.
No, it's like you realize someone, you got someone that you can work with, and then over time you're like, wait, actually this is a service that like, could really benefit a lot of people, especially like local musicians and stuff. I mean, that's like the best thing you can do for them, honestly, is like help them get themselves out there. That's like the hardest part of starting up, is like understanding how to get out there and get your reach out.
Yeah, and we're still learning some of that stuff.
Oh,
like, there are things that I didn't know about, like more details about the music business, and I just did deep dives, and I learned what I needed to learn, and so did Doug, and now we can help even more. And it's like, it's a thing that we've just done our whole lives, so I personally like don't know how to stop.
Yeah.
So this is just an extension of that.
I feel that. I find myself, when I don't have like a little project I'm working on or something, it like kind of stresses me out a little bit. Like, well, I need something to be like, I need to have something coming up that like I'm working towards or something,
exactly.
you know what I mean?
I love a project.
Yeah.
I love a project too, but when I have 2 projects or 3 projects going on at once, it's just like, maybe, why did I do this to myself?
I have the same exact feelings. I'm like, wait, maybe I shouldn't try and like do 2 at the same time. That was a bad idea. I'm gonna, next year we'll hopefully figure that out.
Yeah.
I just had a brain fart.
Yeah, dude, no, it's okay. It's the end of the
It's
night,
late.
dude.
Yeah, it's
And
really
honestly, like,
tired,
way I felt, I was like, oh, fuck. I was just like, we'll fade that part out. We'll be gone. We're chilling. No, you know, one thing I did want to ask a little bit. So you said, like, a lot of things you're doing, especially on the physical media side, it's a lot of in-house and stuff. You guys have those skills.
Yeah.
In terms of vinyl, what's the kind of, I know vinyl is probably a much more complicated thing to get done than typical like a CD or even essentially like digital getting out. Like that's easy. So I guess what I'm asking is, kind of what's the process going into that? You said go in-house, like are you doing something locally in Champaign for the vinyls, or?
Oh, so for vinyl, we use a press that is they're called Morpheus. It's not a secret, like anyone can go press vinyl with them. I think they're in Baltimore. They're not super well known. Doug just sort of found them on the internet. So
Okay.
this is like stuff anyone can do this. If you want to go press vinyl, you can just find a press. The problem with vinyl, I don't think it's more complicated than doing a CD or a tape. It's kind of the same process. You got to get your artwork together. You got to get your masters together. You got to send it out. You got to like do prepayment or whatever based on whoever you're working with. The problem with vinyl is it takes way longer.
Yeah.
Because I think once I hand it off to the press, like, I think their process is probably more complicated, but I'm not involved in that.
Gotcha,
so I just kind of like sit back and wait for 2 months and like check in every now and then and be like, hey, is this working? Like, do you need anything? And I'll review like a digital master or something, or I don't know, whatever they need reviewed, like art proofs and stuff like that. So I'm just checking it every now and then. But it's basically the same process for a CD or a tape. That's just, I mean, you can get CDs in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You can get a cassette in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But vinyl just
kind of
takes
changes
way
the time
longer.
and price.
Yeah. The price, of course. Yeah. Vinyl's very expensive.
Very.
It's hard to choose when to do vinyl.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
And like
when to invest that much money.
I know you're doing a limited 100 run for Liz Allen, so that adds to the collector value of it too. It's just like you better get one of those 100 if you want it.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, no, that's
limited
cool.
edition.
The exclusivity factor.
Yes, we lean into that a lot.
Yeah, and I think it's cool, like to imagine, I think a big topic of today has been the surge just in the last few years in Central Illinois, and I do think it's like cool that like, you know, in a couple, I mean, you could already have, people have this now already, but you know, just by building up a vinyl collection, it'd be like, wow, all of these are like, was really local. I was able to be in very personable like situation, like at these venues and stuff, you know, the DIY venues, you really feel like you can connect with the artists and be able to get the vinyls. You probably you can talk to them and stuff. It's just like there's a lot of memories that can be tied with something like that. And I think it's cool to do that, especially with music. So I'm going on like a little thing now, but especially with music, I think physical media is the coolest way, obviously, to like collect when it comes to the music. So it's like, I think it's cool when vinyls are coming back because you can have them as a piece that you can really look at and, you know, look inside, see if there's any cool like artwork, little tidbits that you wouldn't get from listening to it. So
and also that's like the way that most artists get paid. Which is why we do it, because like
Merch.
streaming pays nothing. Like so that's how we like sustain ourselves financially, is with all the physical media, because we're making a ton more money from it than from streaming. So if we can make more money and get that to the artist, that's a way to pay artists faster and more. So that's why we believe in all of physical media.
Love physical media.
sick.
It's the best. Yeah, I mean, you just have to. It's the very unfortunate part of being a record label owner is like, you want to pay these artists for what they're doing, because it's their artwork is priceless. Like it's beautiful. It's something that connects with people.
Yeah.
And they're getting paid 0.003 of a cent for a stream.
Yeah.
It's just like, what?
Yeah.
Please buy merch. End of the day,
buy merch, everyone.
If you
it helps not only the artists, it helps the labels who help the artists. It helps the record stores that sell it. It helps like all of the more local like DIY people versus streaming. I mean, we get a little bit from streaming, but to me it's more like marketing. Like if you want to see a band that can like have some numbers, but we don't pay that close attention to that stuff. But other people might. It might help them get booked in other shows or something. So it's important, but in terms of money, like buy merch.
Yeah,
please.
I want artists to get paid.
Yeah,
yes,
no, for sure.
Yes.
I got. Oh god, I thought I went out again. I freaked out for a second. I'm like, oh my god.
Still recording.
My brain is literal soup right now.
Well,
it's been a long day.
I hate to put you in a predicament, but let me ask. I have one last question, I guess, that kind of goes to both of you. As a label owner, you're both pretty fresh into this still. What is one piece of advice that you would give to someone, or just something that you wish you knew before getting into it? I'm sure there's a lot, but like if there's one that pops
so
out.
much.
Before starting a label?
Yeah.
Oh.
God, like literally anything about the music business, I guess. I just kind of jumped in with both feet, and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna give this a try. it took me a full year to realize, like, oh, I need to learn more about this because, like, I'm not covering nearly as much as I should be. I don't know. I'm a fan of, like, reading about what other record labels have done in the past. Like, I drew a lot of inspiration from Sub Pop, from the Seattle, like, grunge era, like with Nirvana, Soundgarden, Mudhoney. Like, they did a lot of really cool shit with a really cool scene that's very similar to Central Illinois. So when I finally, like, figured it out, like, I wanted to model myself around that. And even still, like, it's a continual process. Like, I just finished a book on Warner Brother Records and their rise. Like, I didn't realize how dominant they were in the 60s and 70s and 80s. Like, they had everyone on their label, and just hearing about how they went about their work and, you know, the process of signing new artists and all that stuff. Like, it's possible, like, to do this in an indie sense, right? Like, it's not so far-fetched to, you know, start your own label and start working with these artists. It's just make sure that you're doing the artist right, I guess, is my takeaway.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And we also look to other labels for inspiration, and just a lot of Googling and watching of YouTube videos around all the details. Like, the music business is complicated. I could go on a whole diatribe about all the things I learned, but that's boring, so I won't. But I think just understanding how it all works before you start a label is really important, and just deciding, like, what services you're going to provide and just, like, sticking to that without muddying things too much, I think is a good idea, because you can be a label and just, like, make tapes. Like, that's your thing. You make tapes and you give them to your artists. Like, that's cool. That's a very simple way to do it. But you can, like, go out multitudes of complications from there and offer different things, like digital distribution or advertising or all this other stuff. But just, like, knowing your niche and, like, what you want to do and what you're capable of doing to help artists is probably a good thing to think about. But yeah, I don't know. I also am, like, surprised that you can just, like, one day decide you want to do a label and just do it. And, like, people think you're so cool, and I'm like, I'm not that cool. I just, like, decided to give myself a ton more work.
I've had people that, like, have come up to me that I've known, like, in high school, and they're like, oh, you're doing the music thing, right? Like, that's so cool. I'm like, I just don't know what I'm doing sometimes, but yeah, I guess it's cool. Like,
exactly.
Most people don't necessarily want. A lot of people are scared to take that leap and just try something, though. I think that's usually the biggest thing. Like, anyone can do it, but most people. I won't say most people, but you know what I'm saying, though. Yeah. It's just like it's a thing to. It's one thing to talk about and be like, oh, it'll be cool, but another thing to actually do it. And I think it's really cool that both of you are doing what you're doing. I think it's really big for local musicians, and plus, like, in a similar way, it's like when I was going to ISU and I was in my club. It was just cool being able to even give just, like, college students like the chance to, like, go play in front of a crowd and stuff. And I look at it the same way with, like, labels. Like, it's like smaller bands can look and be like, okay, I actually could do something like this and take my music to the next level. It doesn't have to be some big corporate type label that you there's not just a few, like, big ones. Like, there's tons of them spread out. You just gotta know about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I think one thing I like to ask artists is, like, what they think a label does. I think it's sometimes a mystery. But, like, the answers are, like, super helpful, because I can say, like, oh, like, we don't actually do that. We do this, because every label's different too. So, but it helps, like, understand, like, what an artist is looking for when they come and, like, ask you for help or whatever the situation is. So, yeah, but anyone can do it. Like, come say hi to me. Like, I want to meet musicians and get to know them. Like, that's important.
Yeah. Sweet.
100%.
Well,
I don't got anything.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Toast.
I am so toast.
Yeah.
And the good. I mean, I talk to Julie every month, so
I know. This is all normal.
It's just casual banter.
Casual banter.
But
cool.
Well,
thank you for sitting down with us.
Yeah, thank you. This is
thanks,
fun.
Julie. Glad we got to chat with you and preview Liz Allen's album a little bit. We'll have to have you on and do another label roundtable, maybe dive deeper on some certain topics that maybe we'll ask you, or where's the camera? You! About what topics we should cover, and we'll dive into it a little bit.
That'd be cool. I'm here for it.
But thank you again for sitting down with us.
Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure.
Yep. Always happy to be your friend and another piece of content for you, so you don't have to worry about it on the page.
You know, rising tide raises all boats.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, yeah. Peace.